All right. The big bad government shutdown is here. Hello, and welcome to the My Father Said podcast, where we discuss all things faith, finance, and family. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan. I'm both a father and a son.
And I'm back, Tim Albergatti. I'm also a father and a son as well.
That's right. Old Robert is in Alaska right now. And the next time he's on the podcast, I am sure he will spend as much time talking about it as I'll let him. So that'll be good. So yeah, Congress was not able to pass everything. So we are in a government shutdown.
Man, what does that mean?
That's a great question. That's what we're going to figure out.
Okay.
So
here to learn.
Today we wanted to talk about what exactly is the government shutdown, what causes it, what does it mean, and then how does that affect, your money? So Tim, why don't you start us off, man?
Yeah. So you don't really know, or you don't think about what all the government's tied to until you actually are experiencing or in a government shutdown, and you start to wonder, wait a minute, is Medicare going to be affected? Is Social Security? Those are all federal government programs. So let's dive into it. First, we'll talk about what triggers the shutdown, and then we'll kind of jump into the repercussions of that. But what ultimately triggers it is there's going to be some kind of disagreement on the budget that the whole government is running, and who and how that is being put together, and where the expenses are going to go to. Kind of like a financial plan. Is the plan agreed upon? Right now, the government is saying, hey, we can't agree on a financial plan.
Husband and wife aren't agreeing on it.
Yep. That's exactly what's going on right now. So they come to a stalemate where they're like, all right, well, you get to a point where the budget from the previous year has come up, and now we have to start with our new budget, which was October 1st. The new budget was supposed to start, but since that did not happen, the government has entered a shutdown.
Right. Yeah. And so when the government shuts down, there are certain positions that are basically furloughed. They're like, you can't do any work. And then there are other positions where they have to do work. So some of the big ones are, federal law enforcement, air traffic control, TSA, the military. All of them have to continue working. The bad thing about a government shutdown is they have to keep working, but they're not getting paid right away. Now, there is like a law in place where they have to get back paid, but you got to think about it. A lot of those positions, those high stress positions, those people are not getting paid right now. Yeah. So you got that. And then, other positions that get furloughed are like, maybe analysts or, admin or back office administrative stuff.
A lot of your data taking positions where we're actually just looking at job growth, just like we were saying.
Is similar to back when COVID happened and they basically broke everything up and they said, you're an essential worker, you're not an essential worker, that kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So that the essential keeps going. And then you were talking about Medicare and Social Security.
Yeah.
That keeps going on as well.
Yeah. That is a mandatory thing. Don't have to worry about that. But
now we also looked at this. Who were the federal employees that keep getting paid even though everything's shut down?
Yeah. The people who initiated the shutdown, Congress, the president, as well as federal judges.
Look at that. They shut it down. Everybody's got to keep working.
Fun fact.
And they keep getting paid.
Yeah.
That is
taxpayers' dollars going to work.
I love that. You voted for it. So, oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about how this affects the economy.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. Hey, there's tons of people who are working in the government. They're going to be affected. But then it's also thinking, hey, well, what effect is it going to do outside the government? How's it going to affect our state government? How's it going to affect our corporate government? How's it going to affect our small businesses? So this is an estimate of about $15 billion per week is going to be lost in just government or just U.S. revenue from the government being shut down. And that stems from permits, grants, government contracts. Anybody who is contracted through the government, they're gonna have to pause that until it gets, figured out how they're gonna spend. And a lot of one thing we didn't touch on is contractors. They're not a government employee, so they don't fall under that of getting the back pay. So they're going to be on the short end stick of that one. But so you could see a little bit of slowdown in just any type of state or federal type procedures that typically happen from grants and stuff. And when this happens, typically states or your local governments are going to try and step up and fill the gap. But on the good side of things, they're typically not long-lived, these shutdowns. Yeah.
Let's see, did we even have some data on that, how long they last?
So I know 2018, 2019 shutdown was the longest shutdown.
How long was that one? You remember?
It's right around 31 days.
Okay, yeah. And the other ones have been much shorter than that. Normally the shutdowns are shorter, just a few days. And believe it or not, the market has done okay during the shutdowns. So since 1976, the average return during a shutdown has been right at 0%. It's basically just been flat.
So the market pauses too, huh?
Basically, right? Well, except Bitcoin, right? We looked at that yesterday when it said the shutdown was happening. Bitcoin shot up. It's like from 18 to 19 during the 35 days, the market actually did 10%. Now that could have been the fact that it was just so long. The market's gonna find a way to win. So the longer a shutdown takes place, the market rallies. I mean, that makes sense. But it was, the worst drawdown was 6% back in 1979. So the market stays relatively flat during this. So the key takeaway there is what Congress is doing does not really affect your long-term growth, mindset. Don't let that distract you. Don't let that get in the way.
Yeah. A lot of it is, it is noise out there. Don't get us wrong. It's an important thing that needs to get figured out because it's essential. But long-term wise, don't let it distract you. Don't let it be a cliff that you're going to jump off of for any reason. So,
yep. And looking at just a financial planning mindset. If you want job security, man, just go get into Congress, right? Like you can just shut down, you get your pay, nobody else gets paid, you do. It's a sweet gig, right?
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a bad gig at all.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And then it's like, you can be like Nancy Pelosi and be worth $1 bajillion, right? Yep. How's that happen? So I mean that's the gist of the shutdown. So the Congress is trying to pass something, they can't do it, comes into a stalemate. What exactly happens after that stalemate? Congress keeps getting paid, we know that. Other people keep working. There's back pay. Some people get furloughed. Then it starts to cost the American economy because there's this trickle down of, hey, this person's not getting paid, so they can't shop at their grocery store. They can't shop at these small businesses. This is going on all across the country. When the government starts back up, because it will, when the government opens back up, if there were hearings that needed to be rescheduled or, data that needs to be restarted, or if something was in the middle of a process and it has to be restarted, that all costs money as well because they can't just pick up where they left off. So it does cost that money. But then, on the other side, the market responds pretty well to a shutdown. And then afterwards, the market's, business as usual. Matter of fact, after a shutdown, the average 1 month return of the stock market is 1.2%, and then the 3-month return is right at 3%. So, I mean, not bad.
Yeah.
You know, after everything's shut down, the market responds well.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's about it. There's not much to it other than there was a disagreement, and here we are. All right, Scott gave us something. Let's see.
What are the pros of the shutdown? What are the good things about it?
Oh, okay. Forcing fiscal debates. Both parties have to confront budget priorities. Short-term spending slowdown. A lot of non-essential programs are paused, so money's not spent. And then public awareness and accountability. Shutdowns make the public more aware of how their daily life is dependent on federal functions. Has your day been affected at all?
No.
No, my day hadn't been affected at all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you. Just kidding. But yeah. So that's basically it. Tim, any parting thoughts, man, about the government shutdown?
Yeah. I would say just don't get distracted by the noise. Keep your eyes locked in, because that's exactly what it is noise. And if you do know somebody who is being affected by the government shutdown, who is a federal employee, try and be a beacon of light. Let them know, hey, you know that history shows this is a short-term thing, but this is also another great reason to not live paycheck to paycheck and
have an emergency fund.
Yep, you be able to sustain 30 days. This is a great opportunity to just let somebody know who is affected. This is exactly what we're talking about when we talk about these emergency funds, because outside things that you can't expect are going to happen,
right?
Like a federal government shutdown, because like Ryan said, we didn't vote for this, but hey, here we are. It happened, and so I would just let people know, hey, it's short term, just like a lot of the news, and it's something that we need to just wade through and not let it dictate how we're gonna live our life the next week or two.
Yeah. All right, let me ask this real quick.
Yeah.
Don't look it up yet. How long do you think the government shutdown is going to take place? Scott, I want you to tell me too, and then we need to look up the Vegas odds on what everybody else is saying.
It's hard to know right now. It definitely is going to be interesting, but I think with just a lot of the change that has been going on, I think it won't be as long as the last one. I think we'll probably be 2 weeks out, and then there'll be some type of annulment. But who knows?
Who knows? But you say 2 weeks, so 14 days.
Yeah, so maybe mid-October.
Scott, what do you think?
So they're thinking between 10 and 29 days, with about 44% chance that it's in that range.
What do you think, though? What does Scott Fowler think?
Scott Fowler thinks it's going to be, I think it's going to be a record.
Ooh,
I
really?
think it might go 2 or 3 extra days.
No kidding.
I think we're in a very interesting political climate right now, and I think that's going to push people's feelings.
All right.
I think people are going to go more on feelings than politics.
Okay. So for those of you that couldn't hear, Scott thinks we're going to break a record. He thinks it's going to be that long because of people's feelings and politics getting in the way. I'm just going to say 11 days. There's nothing backing that up. 11's a good number.
11? Okay.
11's a good number.
We're 9 days away from the shooting of this podcast. So
There it is. There it is.
We'll see.
So, well, cool. Well, guys, thank y'all for being here with us today. We hope this has helped a little bit on what exactly a government shutdown is, and what to expect as far as your stuff. If you are listening to this today, and you're worried about the government shutdown, or you don't want to be distracted by this kind of stuff, this noise, feel free to reach out to us here at the Templeton Group. That's what we do. We help build these financial plans. We help to keep people on the plan, to keep them goal-oriented and not get distracted by the noise. If that's you or that's somebody we would love the opportunity to work with you. Yeah, if you haven't already, please feel free to like and subscribe to this podcast. Also, again, Robert is not here, so I would be remiss if I did not bring up our book once again, Financial Harmony, Personal Fulfillment. If you like some of the thought processes that we've got, some of the things that we try to teach you guys, please take a look at our book. That has a lot of our thoughts and our processes in there. If you like it, leave a 5-star review, buy it for somebody, give them a gift. We would really appreciate it. And with that, I am Ryan.
I'm Tim.
And we will see you next time.
The opinions voiced in this video are for general information only and are not specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Economic forecasts set forth may not develop as predicted, and there can be no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful.